So Tim Burchett has made the claim that aliens are definitely real, have visited Earth, and he also, on a side note, wants to get rid of AARO. That was a very whiplash headline right there. But this is interesting. Now, he's recently been kind of going on a bunch of shows and talking about this meeting that he just had recently with like actual military people who have said some really interesting things. There was that story going around that Matt Gaetz, the highly problematic Matt Gaetz, we must stress that.
On so many levels.
Yeah. Had a meeting with like actual uniformed military people who said that there's like an alien human hybrid program going on and the government's aware of this. Crazy story. We did not cover it. I don't want to cover it right now.
No,
however,
let it sit and stew. Yeah.
Let it
let it
do
cook.
its thing. Yeah, let it cook. Yes, good. But I want to play this video that I can't believe I'm saying this, TMZ did, where they interviewed Tim Burchett about his comments that he's made on these interviews about this meeting that he had, and then we'll move into the AARO part of it because I really want your thoughts on that. So, please bear with me, and I will play this video for you guys. Dadgummit. Here we go.
There have been different reports over the years. Some reports that there have been pieces of machinery that were found that did not seem earthly. And then there have been reports about life that is not earthly. Which one of those two, or both, are you talking about? A form of life that is not earthly, or just something mechanical that's not earthly?
I'd say you'd be safe to say both.
The way you described this, whatever happened at this meeting, this briefing that was happening, was there something that if we knew, we would feel that we are in danger? You said you wouldn't sleep at night if you knew the things that I saw in these briefings.
Yeah.
Should we believe that that's the part where it seemed alarming?
I don't think we're at danger of this. I mean, if these things exist as I think they do, they could have destroyed us with a blink of an eye. I just don't see that. And I think that's, I just think, but I do think they have the technology and the capabilities of something that we can't understand or we can't grasp.
What I want to make sure I'm understanding is a member of our government has told you and others, I guess, that there is a form of alien life and machinery which maybe brought this living creature here that interacted in some form with people?
Yeah, they have, and they've. It's pretty wild. I know, but I'm just telling you, I'm not going to lie to you. I'd take a lie to tell you. You want to put me on a polygraph, I'll take it. But this is what the guy told me. I mean, I've had a very high-ranking naval official describe. I've talked about this before. Underwater craft, something big as a football field, moving at over 200 miles an hour. And there's no fish in the ocean that would do that. We don't even have a sub that'll probably do 40 miles an hour under the. And the last thing he said before he left my office was, it was kind of weird because he didn't go out he went out the side door, which nobody ever uses. And he looked at me, he pulled me up close, and he said, "Tim, they're real." And that's the last thing he said to me. That'll be the title of my book, I guess. Matt Gaetz was involved in something here just recently. He was interviewed and he talked about this interbreeding thing with.
We saw that. We saw that.
Yeah. Well, that's a true story. That was military personnel. I think that would be a good story to talk to him about if you all can do that.
Right. He says he learned that from someone in the military.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a guy, it was an officer in uniform. Yeah. And Matt and I and Representative Luna, we all went down to Florida, and we were turned away. And then Matt made a phone call to somebody at the Pentagon, and all of a sudden they opened the doors and brought the pilots in that were supposed to tell us the story in the first place. And he can probably elaborate a little bit more on that. But that was pretty fantastic. That was a made for TV special right there in itself.
Oh my goodness.
What do you make of that?
I don't know what to make of that. And you know what it makes me think of? Mark Christopher Ray. Is that his name? Mark Christopher Lee. Lee.
Mhm.
I think he got played. Is Burchett being played? I don't know. I don't for a moment think you're going to knock on the gates of a secure facility and they open the door and they're going to show you everything. But I don't know. I don't know. I also think it's an extremely human-centric perspective that they're coming to us from there, wherever there is, out there somewhere. I don't know that we know that. Everybody needs to simmer down. I have an idea. Let's study it.
Mhm. I recall you saying that last week too.
Yeah, and then
as well.
let's tell the truth.
Let's tell the truth. For sure. Thank you so much for the super chat, Michelle. Truly do appreciate
So
that
nice.
as well.
I love
yeah,
this spicy chat today. I'm so mad I can't reply very well in it. YouTube needs to get its act together.
it does. I know. Yeah, I'm with you on all of that. It does seem like a lot of these Congress members are kind of chasing shadows, as we say in the UFO field, of these stories and whatnot. I that's why I give credit to Eric Burlinson, who's actually like going
Right.
out and investigating and
Yes.
whatnot.
And he's
Burchett's his
calm
own
about it. He doesn't cross the crazy
for
boundaries
sure.
of speculation. He's just
For
letting it
sure.
roll.
Letting it roll. I know. What did Jay Allen say? The chat is muy picante
Picante
ahora.
ahora.
Very hot right now. Very
Very
spicy.
spicy.
I love it.
You're getting all of that from Ryan Sprague on Twitter.
For sure,
What's
man.
happening?
Ghost pepper right there.
Yeah, right
Is
there.
is muy picante.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, he was mentioning a very high-ranking Navy person that he talked to.
Sounds like Tim Gallaudet to me. What about you? Who do you think it is?
It's funny you mentioned that.
Oh,
Guess who I just confirmed is coming on Somewhere in the Skies.
if you don't let me get on that, I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh, you're
that's
there. You're so there.
good.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a rock star to me. We do not align politically, but I do admire his courage.
Yeah,
and his
he's a nice
experience.
guy
Yeah.
for sure. Yes, Tim Gallaudet will be coming on the Somewhere in the
Oh, I'm
Skies
so
podcast.
excited.
Yep.
I
I
see
just
that you're
confirmed it
learning the
today.
same time I'm learning. It's very exciting.
Yep. Breaking news. Yeah, he's got a new book coming out or something. So I'm going to be talking to him in the coming months. So be on the lookout
How
for that as
wonderful.
well, guys. Oh, thank you, Garrett, for the t-shirt you appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, second part of this story.
All right.
Tim Burchett is putting his money where his mouth is with how sick he is of things like the official Pentagon UFO office,
Yeah.
AARO.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just sick of, everything going on with AARO. And he has proposed a new bill. I'm going to read this out. Burchett has introduced new legislation aimed at dismantling the Pentagon's UFO investigative body, AARO. The proposed bill would eliminate the office entirely, redistributing its responsibilities across various branches of the DoD, or DOW, I guess now, while also prohibiting the creation of any future centralized authority dedicated to UAP. Established in 2022, AARO was tasked with examining reports of UFOs, but its March 2024 report concluded there was no empirical evidence of any alien technology. Burchett, however, has remained a vocal critic, long arguing that federal agencies have engaged in a decades-long cover-up surrounding UFO encounters and related intelligence, as we just heard in that clip of what
Exactly.
he has heard. So what do you think about now it's like in legislation that they're trying to dissolve AARO?
I wish I could understand the motivation. Part of me wonders, I go two different ways. One is he's just frustrated, cut them off, shut their money down. Let's use that money differently. I would understand that. But what that would do is give them time and motivation to hide the ball further or deeper, right? So I'm not sure that's the best plan, but obviously you and I are not in those rooms understanding all the pieces. But maybe, and this is just an alternative theory, maybe he has figured out where the dam is, I guess is the best way to say it, the dam in data that would normally flow through, where or who it is in AARO, it's stopping it, and he wants to undam it. So I don't know. I think we're going to have to watch this one, see what happens. It could also just be, y'all have ticked me off, I'm done. I don't know. I'm hoping that there's some substance to it and it's not just some emotional reaction.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty vocal about my criticisms of AARO as well, especially with the past leadership. I think even these congressional members and whatnot can agree that the new leadership at AARO is better and more open-minded,
Yeah.
but you still have this overarching, looming, like Susan Goff presence, this Darth Sidious or Darth Sith Lord, I guess, if we're gonna
Yeah.
go with Star
Right.
Wars, looming over it all. So I don't even know. I don't know. I won't say much more, but I have been in touch with representatives of AARO about just opening a dialogue
Yeah.
with the
Talk about
UFO
it.
community for sure.
Talk
And
about it.
I am speaking to someone at AARO who works for AARO, very important person who works at AARO, not Kozlowski. I don't want that getting out there. I'm not talking to Kozlowski, but I am talking to a very important person who currently works with AARO and is working with me to try to come up with a way that we could have a very good, productive civil conversation about what they're doing and how that's perceived in the
Right.
UFO community. At the end of the day, do they give a crap what the UFO community thinks? No, probably not. But I do appreciate that this person is even giving me the time of day to be like, look, we know there's things going on that we
Right.
can't explain. We're trying to explain them. And if we can find those explanations, we will. So I don't know. I'm torn, but at the end of the day, I think this will be a very productive conversation if it happens. So
Yeah,
I'm,
and I
I'm
don't think
really
there's
hoping
a
it will.
downside, Brian. I think you can have this conversation and keep your skepticism just like you do and assess conversation by conversation as it rolls what you think.
Yeah,
I don't
for
see a
sure.
downside. You're not going to allow you or this show to be used like Mark Christopher Lee was. That's not going to happen. So I think have the conversation. Maybe it'll be something.
Absolutely. I mean, what bad can come from a conversation at the end of the day? So
Right.
like I look forward to it hopefully happening and I really hope it does. So I'll keep you guys posted
Me too.
on
I
that
hope
as well.
so.